We're gonna be hitting up some more stuff to do with Biden. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll get impeached one day.
Back, new charges of influence peddling by the Biden family, this time while Joe was a sitting vice president. The New York Post reporting a real estate firm tied to Hunter Biden received $100 million for property investments back in 2012. That money from the wife of the former mayor of Moscow, himself charged with fraud. This, as new whistleblower documents reveal that President Biden was aware of Hunter Biden's business arrangements and may have been involved in some of them. Some Republicans, like House Conference Chair Elise Stefanik, are now talking about the potential of Biden being impeached as a result of these crimes.
Good.
Ranking member of the GOP House Oversight Committee, James Comer, who will have the gavel next year, told me Sunday he will investigate Biden family crimes after the GOP takes the majority and has subpoena power.
You look at the facts with Hunter Biden and Jim Biden, the entire Biden crime family, as I would call it. They've been influence peddling for a decade. And Hunter Biden's committed serious crimes. As you mentioned, 150 suspicious activity reports. Those are the most severe bank violations.
Joining me right now is New Jersey Congressman and Homeland Security Committee member Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, thanks very much for being here. So much to talk about regarding Joe Biden and the Biden family. Do you believe he should be impeached?
I do.
Game. You're not ready for it.
Impeached, if this is true?
Oh, if this turns out to be accurate, and I have a feeling it is accurate, you know, for them, the Green New Deal is not about the environment. It's about putting greenbacks in their pockets and pocketbooks, because this is unbelievable. I mean, the amount of money that they received from this, the deals they were making, not only in China, but in Russia and Ukraine, is something that we knew already before. We knew information from the laptop. This is even more information. This has to be dug into deeply at every level, multiple committees, and if true, it's very, very serious.
Well, I mean, the issue now is we're all feeling it because the three countries that Joe Biden is supposed to be making important decisions about, representing the American people, are China, Russia, and Ukraine. Ukraine is getting crushed by Russia. If these Russians who were tied to Vladimir Putin sent $100 million to Hunter Biden's real estate firm, you got tens of millions of dollars taken in from Chinese officials tied to the CCP. That's already documented by the Senate report, Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson. And then there's Ukraine, where Hunter Biden was paid $80,000 a month. He made millions from Burisma as he was sitting on the board. Ukraine, Russia, and China. How are we supposed to trust the decisions that this man makes, the commander-in-chief, when he's taken in all of this?
Commander-in-chief.
I don't trust the decisions he makes. America doesn't trust the decisions he makes, and much of our government doesn't trust the decisions he makes, because they are based on self-serving, money-making issues that he's involved with. This is real bad stuff. I think this is going to blow up, and next year, when we finally have a chance, at least to investigate, to hear the truth in an objective, honest, and you know what, I'll say it, nonpartisan way. Let's just open it up. Let's crack this egg open and see what's inside, because it's not good. And it's time that we get our government back on track.
Well, put a spotlight on it. You're right. Meanwhile, many of the government agencies have been politicized. Look at the FBI. Jury deliberations are underway in the trial of Russian national Igor Danchenko. During special counsel John Durham's final rebuttal, he put the spotlight on the FBI, saying, quote, "Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the FBI. The FBI failed here on a number of occasions." Congressman, you also have Peter Strzok. The nerve, Peter Strzok on MSNBC the other day saying that January 6th was worse than September 11th.
Whatever.
3,000 Americans died on September 11th, Congressman. What happened to the FBI and what should be done about it?
A lot.
Well, they have become politicized at the top levels, and I'm not saying every agent working in their districts are, but...
Yeah, but most of them are corrupt thanks to politics. Give them a little extra money, nothing can be stopped when you're offered enough money.
Way at the top levels, absolutely they are. This is not the FBI that you know or I knew. And again, this is something that has to be cracked open because something's very wrong. And to compare 9/11 to January 6th with all that went on 9/11 is absurd and disgusting, actually, and really bothersome. That's a terrible comparison, and he should be ashamed of himself for even saying that.
And this, the guy who was trying to take down Trump and told us so in his texts with his girlfriend. It's just incredible that he's talking about this on MSNBC. But let's put the corruption aside and let's just talk about the ineptitude. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was asked by Fox Business's Edward Lawrence about gasoline prices and inflation and what has happened on Joe Biden's watch. Watch this.
18 months ago, when the president took office, inflation and gas prices started rising.
18 months ago, the president signed the American Rescue Plan. That was something that was so critical to meet the moment that the American people were going through, that helped put shots in arms. That matters. That was part of the president's economy plan, right? That was part of his policy that helped us gain these jobs back.
Congressman, what are your look? I know she's got her talking points and she's way over her head, but look, they just will not take any responsibility for the massive $5 trillion plus in spending that they've done in the last 18 months, and as a result, given us 40-year high inflation. What needs to be done, and what's your reaction to this defense? They say it's the Republicans' fault, and it's going to get worse if the Republicans gain the majority.
This president and this majority, as we all know, have done a horrible job and haven't actually told the truth. We know for sure this inflation is self-created. We spent too much, too fast. We had too many dollars chasing too few goods. We haven't done anything really for our supply chain, which makes the issue even worse. And she knows that, and he knows that. And then, worst of all, I think it's so crass, and I don't even have the art to articulate the words, to take our reserves, which are there to make sure that we're safe and that we have those reserves in an emergency when we got a good deal on them, bought them at the right time, and we're really full, and use them just so you can try to win an election and think you're going to fake the people out and watch the prices go up right after the election is over. Well, he's in trouble because they're, as bad as things are, they're even going up before the election. And now it's come out, as we know, that he tried to make a deal on his knees to the Saudis. Please, please, please don't cut production until after the election. That's also possibly an impeachable offense. I mean, this is just wrong. It's not just ineptitude. It's also corruption at every level, and it has to be something that's dealt with. And I think we're going to hear a lot and we're going to learn a lot next year.
Well, for many of these reasons, you left the Democrat Party. What did you think of Tulsi Gabbard doing the same thing the other day, coming out saying, look, I just don't recognize the Democrats anymore. I can't be a Democrat. You did that, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, I did it. And I did it at a tough time when, you know, Republicans were in the minority. It's actually the first time that kind of change has been made. I was proud of it. I'm proud of Tulsi. She's doing the right thing. I hope that she decides to actually become a Republican as well, because we can use all the help we can get. We want to make a strong and honest party. Proud of Tulsi. She's doing the right thing. I hope that she decides.
Say Tulsi or Pelosi?
Has been made. I was proud of it. I'm proud of Tulsi. She's doing the right thing.
Oh, okay.
I hope that she decides to
Pelosi's
actually become a Republican as well, because we can use all the help we can get. We want to make a strong and honest party that is really going to make sure that the people know what is happening and has happened to our country. Let me tell you, Maria, I've said it before, I'll say it again. We are on the edge. We're on the precipice. If we're not careful, we're going to lose America. This is all part of it. It is one big picture.
Yeah, it's very discouraging, certainly as the CCP waits in the wings to acquire more and more of this country. Congressman, it's good to see you. We'll be watching all of that. Thanks very much, sir.
We officially apologize to our players today.
I think
it's the promotion's fault that you didn't have.
Yep. Alright, guys. We'll put something else up later. That'll be a lot better. But do me a favor anyway. Smash that subscribe button. If you like it, then you liked it. Appreciate it.